I'm going to show you a delicious chicken enchilada casserole with a twist. If you like Marry Me Chicken and you love the flavor of chipotle peppers, this is the next recipe you need to try. I'm starting with a package of chicken breasts. This was 1.75 pounds. Here I have part of an onion, a clove of garlic, and a bay leaf. I'm also going to use a tablespoon and a half of chicken bouillon powder. In a pot filled with about 7 or 8 cups of water, I'm going to add everything. The chicken is still kind of chilled and semi-frozen, so it's going to take a little longer to cook, but you definitely want to work with chicken that's already thawed. So I'm going to turn on the heat and I'm going to let this boil until everything is cooked through and tender. And if you don't have chicken to cook but you have a rotisserie, that works, but you'll need to create broth for the sauce later. So this is done and I'm going to shut off the heat and place the chicken in a bowl. Once it's cool enough to handle, I'm going to shred and chop this up. By the way, comment down below your favorite type of chicken casserole. I always love a good casserole, especially when I just want to put things in a baking dish and cook dinner. Okay, I'm going to reserve the broth, so carefully pour that into a cup and stick around to the end of the video because I'll show you how to make Mexican red rice, and you definitely can incorporate this broth for the liquid. So I'm going to shred the chicken. And after shredding it, I like to add seasonings. Here's salt, pepper, garlic, and granulated onion powder. Season how you like. And you'll also want to start the cream sauce by sauteing onions, like 1/4 cup, in 1/4 cup of cooking oil. And I'm going to add chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, around 2 to 3 tablespoons of this. And these are chopped, so it makes it easy. And just give that a mix. Now I'm going to shake in 7 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm really trying to make a good 3 cups of this cream sauce. So 7 tablespoons of all-purpose flour works. Now I'm just going to start with a cup of broth to get things going. And now a cup of whole milk. And I'm just going to continue to whisk this and incorporate it until it's smooth and creamy. And now what you'll want to do is taste for salt and seasoning and adjust to your preference. You could add onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, it all works. Even some smoked paprika would be great. I'm adding a little more broth. In all, like I said, it's about 3 cups of liquid, and I'm going to give that a mix, gently simmer to thicken. And here I'm going to add like 1/4 cup to 1/3 cup of sour cream. If you don't have sour cream, you could add half a block of cream cheese and just mix that in until everything is rich and creamy. So once this is all mixed in, and by the way, I'm working with a low to medium-low heat. Now I'm going to add a bunch of spinach. This is probably about 2 ounces, and some grape tomatoes that I have, like a pint. It really is up to you. And I'm just going to dump all the spinach on top and gently mix it into the gentle simmering sauce. Like I said, do not work with a high heat. You do not want the sauce to break or separate. So just give that a mix and set that aside until you're ready to use. Here I've already prepped my corn tortillas. You'll need about 14 of these for the recipe. And all you do is pass it through hot cooking oil on both sides. And that will help to keep the texture of the corn tortilla when you go to build the casserole. Sometimes I don't even do this, but it just depends if I'm in the mood to go the extra step. But if you don't do this, it'll still work. So the biggest takeaway of doing this is you want to make sure that the texture of the corn tortilla holds up to the cream sauce. Okay, so this is the cream sauce. It's perfect. And now I'm going to go over some of the other ingredients. I'm going to add 4 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese into the chicken. And then 8 ounces is going to go on top. Okay, let's start building this. So I've got a 9 by 13 baking dish. You'll want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees at this point. Add a ladleful of your cream sauce on the bottom. And then you're just going to start layering the tortillas, the chicken mixture, cream sauce, and then more tortillas. You'll have enough for 3 layers. And now the cream sauce on top of the chicken. And I added cheese into the chicken, so I'm not really going to go over with cheese between each layer. By the way, you'll want to arrange them as best as you can to just kind of cover the surface area between each layer. And I just sort of just put them against the edge. And you rip it in half or cut it in half so that it's kind of flush against the edge of the baking dish. The rest of the chicken, I'll probably add a little bit of this extra mozzarella cheese, and the rest of the cream sauce is going to go on top of that. You spread it as much as you can. And the last layer is the rest of all that cheese. It just goes right on top. I actually used two types of mozzarella, a low moisture that went in with the chicken and then a fresh mozzarella cheese on top. You don't have to do that. That's just what I was working with. So cover with foil, and I'm gonna bake this covered in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 35 minutes. And when it's done, you'll want to carefully remove it. And I actually like it to be very cheesy, melty, and gooey, so I don't bake it uncovered, but you probably could. You just run the risk of everything drying out. So I'm going to carefully uncover this. This is done, and it's amazing, and you should totally try it if you want a twist on chicken enchilada casserole. It's so good. And you definitely want to let it set for about 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm going right in, and it should be okay. This set up quite nicely. Ugh. And the layers of that cream sauce and the seasoned chicken, it's so good. So if you are a fan of that Marry Me chicken recipe that went viral a couple of years ago, and you want a chicken enchilada twist on that with chipotle pepper cream sauce, this is your recipe. You gotta try. So let me show you another way I like to make a chipotle cream sauce for enchiladas. And stick around to the end. I'll show you how to make rice.
Today I'm making creamy chipotle chicken enchiladas, much like my shrimp seafood enchiladas. They're gonna be good.
Here I have shredded chicken from a rotisserie chicken. I just deboned all the meat from the bones and chopped it up, shredded it. So I'm gonna season it with a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, cracked black pepper, and give it a mix. Okay, I'm going to start working on the sauce, but first I'm going to make this brothy puree with chipotle peppers. Here I have 2 chipotle peppers that I removed the seeds from. That helps to make it less spicy. Now, if you don't want any chipotle peppers in this, I guess you could do that, but this might not be the recipe for you. It is going to add some of that smoky spice that people like with chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. I also added a half tablespoon of the sauce that comes with the peppers. I'm going to add 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder. If you don't like to use bouillon powder, you could just add 1 cup of your favorite chicken broth, and then you'll just have to salt the cream sauce to taste later. Okay, so this is pureed or blended really well. The chipotle pepper and the water and the bouillon make this kind of chipotle broth, and this is going to be part of the cream sauce. Okay, so let's make the cream sauce. Here in a preheated pan over medium heat, medium to medium low, I'm going to add some cooking oil. Now I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. Going to combine well. This is going to create a roux. A little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, a little smoked paprika, just a little bit. Give it a mix, and I'm going to cook this quickly. Now I'm going to add my broth that I created with the chipotle peppers and just whisk continually. Gonna add that in. Okay, you can see that it's thickened. You want to make sure you get the lumps out here. I'm going to add just a little more water, about a half cup. Give it a mix. Let it simmer and thicken. Okay. Now I'm going to take some Mexican table cream. You could use heavy cream. You could use a block of Philadelphia cream cheese. You could use 8 ounces of sour cream. Really, it's up to you. I'm going with Mexican crema, about a cup to a cup and a half. I think I actually added around a cup and a half to this. Just give it a mix, And you only want it at a gentle simmer. You don't want this super high heat. And you can taste it for salt or seasoning. Adjust to your taste at this point. And that's it.
For this recipe, I'm going to be using 14 to 16 corn tortillas that I'm going to pass through hot grease quickly just to make them soft and pliable. You don't really want to fry these until crispy. This is just to be able to roll them without the corn tortilla breaking.
So all of my ingredients are prepped. So now I'm just going to roll out the enchiladas and bake them. For the cheese in this recipe, I'm using 10 ounces of Oaxaca cheese. The cheese comes in a ball and I just shredded it, and this is just gonna go on top of it. You could mix some of it in with the chicken, but I'm just gonna pour it on top. I'm gonna take a little bit of my sauce. I have some chicken left over. That's okay. That'll be good leftovers. Okay, so now I'm just going to add my cheese all on top. Now for the sauce. Now I'm going to cover with foil, and then I'm going to put it in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, covered, and let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay, so while this is baking, I'm going to make
This ready. You can let this set for a little bit before serving. Today I'm making Mexican red rice. I'm going to be using 1 cup of long grain rice, and I'm going to pre-rinse this or wash this in cold water. Once I'm done rinsing it well, I'm just going to drain any water, kind of give it a shake, and place it over a bowl until I'm ready to use it. This will allow it to sort of drain and dry. So here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of whole cumin seeds and 25 to 30 peppercorns. I'm just going to crush and grind this, and I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of this mixture. You could just use already ground cumin and pepper. So I'm also going to be using some sliced onion. The amount is up to your preference. This is just a little bit of onion slices. Here I have 1 large clove of garlic that I chopped and minced. I will be using 2 cups of water, and 1 can of tomato sauce typically comes in 8 ounces. I'm only going to use about 5 ounces of it. Here I have 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder that I'll be using. You could also use 1 bouillon cube. And I'm ready to start making this rice. So I've preheated my pan over a medium-low heat. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, and I'm going to start toasting the rice over a medium-low heat. Nothing on high because you don't want it to burn. So once my rice gets really fragrant and golden color, I'm going to add the onion and saute that for about a minute or so. Next, I'm going to add my garlic. Combine and quickly saute because garlic does burn. Now for the ground cumin, black pepper, Give that a mix. And I'm adding 1 tablespoon of chicken flavored bouillon powder. Combine that. And now I'm ready to add my tomato sauce. Again, the amount of tomato sauce that you use is to your preference and taste. I'm going with about 5 ounces. I'm going to add my 2 cups of water. So just sort of give it a quick mix. And you'll want to bring this up to a simmer. I'm going to actually put the lid to help it sort of come up to a boil. And once you see the water rapidly boiling, you're going to want to lower the heat to low and cook this over a low heat for about 15 to 18 minutes, and do not lift the lid. That's very important when cooking the rice. So after about 15 to 18 minutes, mine actually took 18 minutes over low heat. I turned off the heat, set it aside. I do not lift the lid. Let it set for 10 minutes, and then you'll lift the lid. You're going to fluff and serve. And this is just one of many ways that I make Mexican red rice. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.